volatile would-be terrorists with only a tenuous grasp of the ideologies they profess to follow. People viewing both extreme right-wing and Islamist extremist instructional material, along with other bits of online hatred.
He looks like an absolute fucking clown as well.
The terrorist trend that concerns me most.
Relax me, man.
And in particular from Islamic State.
He's just imported hundreds and hundreds of thousands of them.
But after a few
The boy says to me already, we are ready here.
Efforts to export terrorism.
So now we are going to have to stand up.
A brutal demonstration of its capability. We and many European partners are detecting IS-connected activity in our homelands, which we're moving early to disrupt.
Well, close the fucking borders.
And Al-Qaeda has sought to capitalise on conflict in the Middle East, calling for violent action. To illustrate, over the last month, more than a third of our top priority investigations have had some form of connection.
Yeah, I'm going up beside me and yeah, we clear.
To organised overseas
What?
terrorism.
You want up?
The UK has taken robust action.
Stop huffing. You want to come up? Yeah, we huff is shit. Who's huffing? Where's me boy? Zigo.
And diplomatic accreditation removed from a number of sites. We'll keep bearing down. The UK's leading role in supporting Ukraine means we loom large in the fevered imagination of Putin's regime. And we should expect to see continued acts of aggression here at home. The GRU in particular is on a sustained mission to generate mayhem on British and European streets, now to Iran. Since the killing of Mahsa Amini in 2022, we've seen plot after plot here in the UK at an unprecedented pace and scale. Since January 2022, with police partners, we have responded to 20 Iran-backed plots presenting potentially lethal threats to British citizens and UK residents. As events unfold in the Middle East, we will give our fullest attention to the risk of an increase in or a broadening of Iranian state aggression here in the UK. So to those tempted to carry out
During the last 2 matches.
If you take money from Iran, Russia or any other state to carry out illegal acts in the UK, you will bring the full weight of the national security apparatus down on you.
Stop handing tens and tens of thousands to immigrants coming on these start-up businesses. Stop housing them.
Not only the number of plots that have been foiled, but the threat from main states, but also the number of...
The MI5 are fucking scum too.
Right. I mean, I think there's a few
They
things
caused
that
chaos,
we
mate,
do
like in the
here,
last 4 years.
And they're all quite interesting. First of all, old foes.
Dirty, scummy rat bastards.
ISIS and Al Qaeda, who are resurging, who are looking to
Because yous are letting them.
disruption and terror on mainland Europe and in the UK. The second thing is these kind of state-sponsored plots, plot after plot, he said, from Iran, but also Russia, he said, looking to cause mayhem. He talked about...
How many people from Russia are over stabbing people, are over raping people, are doing it? Don't you just throw Russia in there because it suits your narrative?
From Russia, even those...
How many times? That's 5 times he says Russia.
...have been expelled from European states since the
1,
war in Ukraine.
2, 3.
Looking at other means of causing disruption, be that through criminal networks he talked about, or other operators that they're using. He sent out that warning to criminals saying don't get involved. He was actually asked whether criminals would know whether who was employing them. He said sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Sometimes it comes...
What the fuck is the criminal going to give a flying fuck about who they're getting the money off for? Don't ridiculous, you fucking clowns, eh?
Really interesting is the younger people getting involved, and often online being radicalised by all sorts of different...
I wonder what
things.
fucking
He said it was
2 queer
particularly
tears
around,
going fucking do about this.
the far-right groups, and
Is he going to
whilst
pull
there
up this
was kind of
MI5
a
chief
sort of group of agitators
for
and radicalisers,
agitating
that
now?
people could get this sort of sourced from what he called a pick and mix of different sources online that radicalise them, and then they turn to ideologies of terrorism. Let's have a listen to what he had to say on that.
Oh, how many whites do you see doing that?
We're also seeing far too many cases of
Christians,
young people being drawn
very
into
little.
poisonous online extremism. Sadly, 13%.
Look at the state of that clown there. I guarantee he has never been a police, not a cop anyway, on the beat.
That's a threefold increase.
You're
in
not
the
a
last 3
chance.
years.
Constantly been pushing pens all his life.
mentioned that the terror threat has not risen. He's not giving this speech because of an increased.
How the
threat or
fuck has it not
immediate threat.
increased?
I think really what he's saying is that the nature of terrorism and plots against the UK.
Well, why
is
come out and say it
changing.
if there's not
much
a
more
fucking
state-sponsored
plot?
intervention, and there's this resurgence.
You
from
can't
outside
trust
of
this
the
news.
state, and there's young people.
That tells me
being,
there's going to be an
people
attack
being
shortly.
radicalised online, and really saying that the online space.
100%.
is now
Be
where they're
careful
doing
because
most
that there's
of
going to be
their
an
work.
attack coming very, very soon. If they're telling you no,
Thanks
it's
very
not.
much.